Joining us to talk more about this is the former acting U.S. Customs and Border Protection Commissioner, somebody who knows a lot about what's going on our southern border. Mark Morgan back with us this morning. Mark, good to see you again. Thanks for coming back on with us. U.S. border officials now say that drug cartels and smugglers are tracking people. Now, we've heard a lot about these colored wristbands, but apparently they are way more common than we first thought or was initially reported, partially because the media hasn't been allowed to see what's going on down there. But how does this process really work?
Look, they're getting more sophisticated, Rob. What we've seen traditionally in 2019 at the crisis then, we would see that they would write phone numbers and information of who they should contact here in the United States on their shirts, on their sleeves, sometimes on their body. Wow. You would see actually sometimes on their shirts big letters that represented the group that the cartels were going to get together and smuggle them across. And now they just got more sophisticated. Now they're using these medical-style wristbands that we see to track the groups, who they're going to bring together, how many they're going to bring together, where and when they're going to get them across. They're getting more sophisticated every single day, and they're making a lot of money thanks to this administration. Yeah, and they're littering the area. There are thousands of them. I saw bags full of them, just trash bags that people had picked up and to throw out and whatever. I want to play a soundbite from New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She was talking about the use of the word surge, in reference to our southern border. Take a listen.
They want to say, what about the surge? Well, first of all, just gut check, stop. Anyone who's using the term surge around you consciously is trying to invoke a militaristic frame. And that's a problem because this is not a surge. These are children, and they are not insurgents, and we are not being invaded.
I honestly, she's just so out to lunch. It sounds like it's a great lunch. Here's a definition from Webster's what a surge is: a sudden, powerful movement, especially by a crowd or natural force. So a natural force referring to like a tidal wave, in the other sense referring to a crowd of people. That is why it's being called a surge. So we can't call it a crisis, and now according to AOC, we can't call it a surge either. And then you should combine the definition of surge with insurgents. Right. I mean, Rob, look, I probably shouldn't make light of this, but what AOC has to say is of no moment to me. I mean, she has no idea what she's talking about. None. Agreed. And by the way, she's got millions of followers across social media. And the problem is they hear that and they take it as gospel. They think that's a fact. And it's just she is so poorly informed. A new Marist poll says that 34% of people approve of the job that Joe Biden is doing with regard to our southern border and immigration. That number was in the 60s 70 days ago when he took office. Are the American people finally starting to catch on to how bad things are down there? They are, and I'm hearing more and more. And Rob, look, what you're doing, your show is part of that. Look, as this administration, we clearly know they've created the crisis. We clearly know it's a crisis. Even though they're trying to convince American people, they're not seeing what they're actually seeing. But what they've also done is lock out the media, and they really shut down the flow of information. They've shut down the transparency. But it shows like you're doing an incredible service to this country, and you're getting that information out, and you're getting the truth out, and I think it's having an impact, and the American people are seeing it. Mark Morgan, such a pleasure to have you on. Come back and see us before the end of the week.
Thanks for watching the Heritage Foundation's YouTube channel. With more than 500,000 members, we are the nation's largest conservative research and education institution. We believe the principles and ideas of the American founding are worth conserving and renewing. Please help us further our mission by subscribing to this channel and sharing our videos with your family and friends.